There's something about being out there where the weather turns wild and the trail gets steep. I hike through wind, rain, and cold, not just for the views, but for the quiet moments when wildlife shows itself, pushing through the same conditions I am. It's not always comfortable, and it's rarely easy. But capturing those raw, honest moments, an animal bracing against the wind, a mountain peak breaking through the clouds, that's what makes it worth it. This is more than photography. It's about being present in the wild, no matter what it throws at me.
Shenandoah National Park. It's a place I often find myself reflecting on where I am in life and the goals I have yet to accomplish. What is it that keeps us from accomplishing our goals? Is it the lack of instant recognition? We keep pushing towards them, yet they seem to become farther and farther away. Or is it the routine, mundane 9-to-5 jobs that we find ourselves in? Regardless, our goals aren't going to wait for us, and we're not going to accomplish them sitting around. All right, now earlier we were talking about goals and goals we would like to accomplish. Now, one of the goals that I have in mind right now is to get some really awesome prints for an art festival that I'd like to set up at. I'm kind of envisioning getting a deer here out in Big Meadows. Now, unfortunately, we did get a pretty bad weekend. There is a lot of fog. However, don't let that deter you from getting out there and actually getting those shots if they actually do happen. I know it's kind of chilly and low visibility, but that's kind of the shots that nobody's really thinking about getting, and those shots can really be unique and stand out. It's easy to get out when it's clear and sunny, but when it's out here like right now, not a lot of people are out here. So really no surprise, guys. The weather out at Big Meadows was pretty terrible. Started to rain, so decided to make it back to the truck. Now, I'm not going to get discouraged. We have a weekend here in Shenandoah National Park, so there's going to be plenty of other opportunities for wildlife encounters. So for now, I think I'm just going to get back to camp and maybe see if there's anything else we can't photograph along the way home. Now that's what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can actually see them down the road, but you always have to be prepared while driving on Skyline Drive. As I was driving down the road, I saw these two deer. And of course, they got the antlers right next to the mile marker. What an awesome opportunity this is to photograph these animals. All right, guys, so as we've been driving down Skyline Drive, we've noticed a lot of deer that's hunkered down on the side of the road. I've seen a mom and her fawn on the side of the road and have since pulled over. We're gonna try and pack up all of our gear and walk down Skyline Drive to see if we can't get that photograph. All right, the last time we left off, I believe we were photographing some wildlife in Shenandoah National Park. I actually made it to a picnic ground now. We're going to have some pulled pork sliders, and I believe the plan was originally to hike to a waterfall hike, but to be honest, I'm completely underprepared for it. The weather is kind of still a little bit chilly, and I didn't bring a day bag, so I think I'm gonna rather instead hike a favorite hike of mine, Little Stony Man. So gonna enjoy lunch here and catch you on the trail. So we made it, Little Stony Man Summit. It's not exactly the waterfall hike that we had envisioned, but it's an accomplishment nonetheless. With the rain clouds moving in and the chills in the air, I think we're gonna consider ourselves lucky and make it back down to camp. Maybe see if we can't run into any more wildlife on the drive to photograph, and we'll see you guys then. All right, we've made it out to Big Meadows here just before sunset. Now the field was a great place to photograph the wildlife. However, I think we learned from last night that you can find them just on the side of the road as well. Now it's going to be a little bit dangerous, but we have this tripod here that should give us an advantage. This tripod was created by Leonard Rue, who's been a huge inspiration for me and a wildlife photographer who's paved the way for a lot of wildlife photographers. So we're going to get on down the road here and photograph what we can't find on the way back to camp. I'll see you there. Now that concludes our trip here in Shenandoah National Park. We've accomplished quite a bit of milestones. We've hiked to some amazing scenic overlooks, captured some amazing wildlife there in Big Meadow Field, and at the end of the day, we set out and accomplished some of our goals and pushed a little bit farther towards them. So I hope you guys enjoyed the adventure. This has been Steve Bonham of Top to Bonham Photography, and if you've made it this far in the video, consider liking the video. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next adventure.